Everything is so damn gay, man. Well, at least I see my followers are starting to create their own videos, learn something from me, and that's fine. That's good actually. Do it better. You know, Never as good as me, but you'll get there. I wasn't the best at videos. I never wanted to do videos, but now, we've covered that. Everyone does it. You have to do it. And once I did it, either do it right or not at all. You know? Everything is so gay, man. I keep telling people, don't call me. Don't call me. And of course, law of the universe, you tell someone not to do something, it chases you and they'll keep calling. There's no need to do it. There's no need to call. You can easily text. Because I'm doing stuff. I upload, download, and even with all these multiple phones and devices and all that. Not to mention, the devices run out of memory pretty quickly because you have all these fucking apps that have all this tracking code and all these useless features. Ever notice with all the help pages on TikTok, you can't find what you really want? Same thing, you get on the internet and you ask a simple question, they give you this whole preamble, they give you this whole boring weave. Like, my stories are interesting. Most people, you don't even want to read all that. You just skip right past all the bullshit to the meat of the matter. But anyway, companies will I tell them, don't call me, send me an email. And in most cases, you don't, in all those cases, you don't need to call. You can easily do it on email, but they don't want to do it. Now, Amazon, I still accept their calls because, you can actually talk to them. Their customer service beyond a certain point actually cares. Most of you will never get past the first level bots. And even their, regular email, it's useless. You have to do it a certain way, and then you get in charge with their, somebody that actually does something. And I'm not going to tell you how, because they actually want you to use and I like Amazon, they want you to use the regular help, and they've always been good to me, the only company I do business with. The rest of them are so gay, man. I keep telling them, don't call me. But they don't want to put it in writing. I've literally had delivery companies, that are extremely unprofessional, village-like, uh, you know, especially in countries like India. Zepto is one. It's total Dehati style, which is country bumpkin style. Like, they'll show up with orders in their hand, literally. I mean, you don't want that. When you hire a slave, it's like she needs to bring you your tea or something on a tray, right? I mean, a waiter at a restaurant, whatever it is, and you don't order online to get that kind of service. At least fucking some minimal packing, But and they keep telling me, please delete the social media posts, and I say fix the problem, and I will, but they never do. Every order it recurs. Anyway, yeah. So Amazon calls. I'm doing my upload download. Obviously now you have to click some links to confirm it's you, this and that. But internet wasn't working, many reasons. So I have all these SIM cards in my phone, and one has data, one is, and it won't work. Like, if you're on the call, they will notice your data will drop. And that's because of that. Uh, there's reasons, like, I'm not going to tell you all the reasons. Then I said, they had a manual confirmation, but no, apparently they've done away with that. Everything is so gay, man. Why do you need to get on the phone for everything? You know why? So they can make you stupider and control you even more. Simple answer. And of course, you're standing out there and everybody's staring at you. Women are actually a lot better. They actually look at you in an interested manner. I've had some women do the direct stare at me like this. It just means they want to talk to me and get in bed with me. Simple. And then I talk to them and they're brutally triggered. It's like, they're phone like this. But it's actually a good thing. But these guys, man, they're so pathetic. Fat guys are the most pathetic scum on the face of the planet. Especially these guys that walk around with spindly legs and huge fucking bellies, patting the bellies like the sheriff in Rambo, pretending that makes them masculine or a man. Oh, we're manly, we got a big belly. No, you don't. You're fat and out of shape. And they're all staring. Like I said, it's so irritating. You're standing under a tree, it's hot as hell, and minding your own business. It's like, and I just yell publicly. They hear it, but there's not shit they can do because they're in the wrong. They shouldn't be doing it. And I'm that guy. Everybody constantly wants a piece of me. There was this joke. Uh, Bruce in college, he was like, some people have big legs because they need to support all that fat. Kind of like Ben Gay, our unintentional court jester. That's why his legs are so fucking fat. Not because there's any muscle. All he does is granny step ups. So, most worthless exercise. But, yeah, some people have spindly legs and the lower back supports all that, Bruce. I didn't know that back then, but I'm looking at guys, like skinny guys, but huge, massive fucking bellies. Literally, man, if you're fat, you're pathetic, either as a man or a woman, but even more so as a man. Because at least the women don't stare directly, and of course, and if they do, it's a good way, and of course, because there's so many cocks after fat women. Even their obese women are in demand, and they get paid money simply for posting their rolls of fat. But it's so annoying, mind your own damn business, fellas. Why you gotta stare holes through me? Oh, yeah, because I'm sexy, intelligent, charming, intuitive, charismatic, eloquent, all of those things you could never be because you're too fucking lazy and you won't get fit. This is exactly what I say. Fit guys generally don't do that. It's just the fat and out of shape Ben Gay sorts that are constantly addicted. And I mean really fat. Like huge bellies. Even he doesn't have a belly that big. Like at least he does some basic training, right? 2-minute shorts or whatever, 2-second, whatever. But it's better than nothing. But these guys, man tits and huge fucking bellies, and then they wonder why I take their women. Well, everything is okay. Later. Couple of things I forgot in that last video. Because and the staring is one thing, but people constantly wanting something. Like every time I talk sense, and people get a lot of value from it, and they want to learn for free, but they'll never give me credit. It's horrible. You can see it. You can feel it. They're trying to learn for free. And I just, anyway, this company Zepto, they're like, they may be interested in this. Uh, they're a classic example of, what I just mentioned, country bumpkin like company. And, their customer service is so terrible. I once had a problem linking Amazon Pay to, their app, and Amazon actually themselves got back, even though it wasn't their problem, which was really nice of them. Amazon has superb customer service if you're speaking to the right people. Jeff Bezos was right. This is why Amazon is Amazon. Of course, now that's why they can afford to do it, and these smaller companies can't. They just put an AI guy who talks a lot of nonsense, and can never speak to a real person, and which is why they're losing business left, right, and center. Amazon gonna eat you all up, you know. Uh, and that company, the Zepto or whatever the hell it's called, when I was in India, and still, and they get back and hours later, and of course they want to call again, and they never fix anything. Customer service just tells you what you already know, unless it's real customer service. They'll say, "Oh, just do this, do that." I'm like, I'm not an idiot. I know how to do that. I wouldn't be calling you if I was an idiot, or that's how stupid people are. Later. All right, guys. So the reason I concatenated that, or put that last video I just did at the beginning of this video, is because it bears context. And I mentioned, this company in India, Zepto, and Amazon. And Amazon is the only company I'll even talk to or bother sending an email to, because their level, they're human. Jeff Bezos, cannot speak highly enough of him. Always have, always will. Uh, um, and all I can say to Amazon is thank you. I mean, sometimes issues don't always get resolved, but they've always been very polite, very respectful. Customer service has been very helpful. I mean, once you get past their basic level of customer service. And it was beautiful, man. So I just had this call with this lady. She was the one that called half an hour ago, and I didn't have a signal and all that. Now she calls bang on time. First thing she asked her, I called you 2 minutes before. Is it okay? I'm like, it's okay. I'm prepared, and did the approval, confirmation, all this. And, Then I asked her, why is it your manual confirmation is no longer applicable, et cetera, et cetera. They had some legal issues, which is fine. Other companies won't even tell you; they'll just copy and paste. There was this girl that showed up from another company offering a massage, and I was under the impression the company only did male on male and female, and no hanky panky. Uh, you know, so I asked their customer service, and I tell them that even Google says you offer it female to male and male to male, and they wouldn't reply. That company is another Indian company. This was Urban Company or something, but anyway, it doesn't matter. And they wouldn't reply, and but Amazon always replies to everything. They will always, and this isn't me glazing Amazon. In fact, in 2023, our books were all taken off of Amazon. That has been covered both on the sexuality website and the fitness website. And I still contend it was done very unfairly, and I could never get past their basic level of customer service on that one. Amazon's a universe unto itself, So, every shopping is one thing, customer service is one thing, but shopping wise, I've always found that. And so I'm not glazing them, I'm simply giving credit where it's due. I've always been that way. Nobody says it, but when someone is good to you, you have to say it publicly. Unlike Ben Gay sorts that'll first say one thing, you've done more for me than anyone else. Nobody ever did that for me. Then when customers call him fat, which he is, a fact, looks like you need to, fast for a year to lose all that blubber, it becomes the polar opposite, like with the girl, with the woman. Anyway, had this great conversation with the lady, and this is what I keep talking about. My wife, even on the phone, and everybody in public. This is another reason they all stare at me like that, even though I get irritated, and they understand why I get irritated. But because they feel good when talking to me. Everybody, even on the phone. This is a lady. I don't know her. She doesn't know me. I mean, I'm just a customer, albeit in her own words, a very loyal customer. And I'm not going to mention the issue, the details, no need, but she mentioned, you're an extremely loyal Amazon customer. I've seen it in your order history, this and that. And the first thing she's like, I feel so positive talking to you. You have a fantastic vibe. Was the exact wording she used, and I actually sent them an email complimenting them on the issue mentioned in the last video, because they didn't have to do that. And I publicly thanked them. I publicly complimented them. I wanted to put it in writing and the girl was like, okay, and thank you. And she really meant it. It was a pleasure talking to you, Madam Priya. In case Amazon hears this, my regards from Dr. Mukherjee. But at a certain point, she was like, "You're an extremely loyal customer. We're going to try and fix your issue and this and that." And they did actually resolve it. They always, if the issue is genuine and if you explain it properly, Amazon's the only company. Everybody else on the planet, I send them long emails, long texts, and they won't read it. If they read it, they get triggered because it's facts. That's why they keep wanting to call. Nobody wants a written record. And oh my God, such a long message. And they won't read it. It's Amazon's the only intelligent company out there. Jeff Bezos, I cannot recommend his mindset highly enough. Always said it, always will. But she was like, you are such a loyal customer, and you keep you're saying nice things. And I had to tell her all the compliments are very true. Or I wouldn't say it. It's not just to glaze you, is basically what I told her. And, she was like, thank you. And it's all true. Everything I say, if it's something bad, like, our books got banned and all that, and hopefully somebody will fix that someday, but we'll see, But it's business, they have a valid viewpoint. I have a valid viewpoint. It's one of those things that happen. So I'm not the Ben Gay sort of person that, I completely forget all the good that people have done for me. No. There's good and bad in everybody. The good lies in recognizing the bad inside of us. Nobody wants to do that. They all want good, so they get bad. But then I had to tell the girl, I was like, or the lady, the customer service person, that, hey, I'm just like a dog. And that, oh my God, because you can't. And Amazon, everything is recorded and all that. And I said, I'm like a dog. And she's like, no, sir, I can't call you a dog. And I'm like, no, you don't have to call me a dog. But dogs are extremely loyal. I didn't mention the part about women and dogs. That dogs are more loyal than women and all that, but which they are. I could have, but I had to then explain to her that hey, dogs are the most loyal creatures out there towards their owners, and loyalty is something. I hate backstabbers. I hate two-faced people, hypocrites like Ben. Just one example: Schofield, Chuck, all these people that backstab me, and despite openly saying they helped me, which they did in some regards when I needed it. But they also, but and and I am an extremely loyal person. You do me right, I will stick with you till the end of time. You do me wrong, I will come after you, and it's not going to be pretty. And I don't mean that physically. I don't mean that, but you know what I mean, like legally, emotionally, physically, whatever needs to be done. It's either this or that. If you do me wrong, and it's all very logical. And so, it was the first time in many, many, I would say, years that I've actually spoken to somebody, other than a couple of my buddies, that actually understand logic and don't get triggered. So thank you, Amazon. Keep providing the stellar level of customer service you do. And hopefully on the books someday, we'll get on common ground and the account will be rebanned. It really, it was one of those things. The core reason was the sexuality website, one of the books, when doing an audiobook, triggered their automated checks, from what I understand. Their rules changed over the years to, like when it was first there, it was allowed. Then after that, maybe it wasn't allowed. There's reasons behind that. There's this and that. But, I never did get a conclusive answer from the section KDP. That's, Amazon's book thing. And maybe someday I will, And, that's that. And hopefully I'll have a nice conversation with somebody higher up at KDP so we can get both the sexuality business back and the other one. The fitness one, it was just purely because I was running it under the same company name, and we can change that. Amazon, the fitness one can be under my personal name or whatever you prefer it, but we need to have that conversation. So KDP, in case you're listening in, please call me, and please, not basic level of customer service, but but none of this takes away from the overall stellar level of support I've got from Amazon. Even Amazon Web Services, all of it, it's been stellar, superb. I have a very good relationship with you guys on that, and thank you. Like me, if somebody's good to me, I will say it till the end of time, and you have to. You have to say it. President Trump said it the best. You have to say it. Like when Ron DeSantis was kind of being cagey about his vaccination, you got to say it. It's that simple. See y'all later. And beautiful conversation. Let's see if I covered it all. And the wipe thing essentially is what I wanted to talk about. She was like, I've never met a customer like you that, explains things so well and that communicates so well. And that, the other day I was walking out there and this guy is like, you're going to be a billionaire the way you're going. Maybe he's seeing videos, maybe he's, I don't know. But just me walking down the road, people tell me that. And it's never been a goal, never was a goal to be an influencer. And, we'll see what happens. Billionaire? Hey. All the slaves in the world, yeah? Just kidding. I'll probably become a hermit, See y'all later. And the last thing, all of this works exceedingly well because, number one, I've taken the sexual part of me away. It's still there. Energy's still there. But I've explained that concept before. Hey, ever seen someone pick their nose hair on camera? Well, I just did it. I'm as natural as they get, man. This was actually Bruce, my friend, in the last video. He once taught me. He did it for me, and I was like, okay, whatever. You don't need to. The trimmer, you need to do you have a different, you have a different nozzle to do it. I guess you call it a nozzle blade, whatever. It's like, I'm a caveman, But anyway, the reason all of this works so well is because I speak facts in a cold, logical, psychopathic, unemotional manner. And no emotion. None when being praised, none when being criticized. Like I said, women especially will try and trigger you with emotional things all the time, and you gotta beware of that. And, as a man, you must be a psycho. Cold logic overall, is what it is. Uh, no matter what it is. And, you will develop that stellar, fantastic vibe. Most people, especially even women, they're like, women operate emotionally, that's fine. But men, they really need to get past the emotion. Most never do. Uh, that's why their society will make slaves of them all, Guess who the owner will be. But that's it, yeah. And I tell people, compliments are only given out when they're genuine. Criticism is only given out when it's genuine. In both cases, it's dished out in heaping measures. It is this or it's that later. And just so you know, I'm not saying any of this in a braggadocious manner. It's all fact. You know, you might think I'm glazing myself, but I'm really not. That's not me, not my style. Facts. Cold hard logic.